What's up, everybody? Come on in. This is
TaijhTV.
and welcome. I'm going to give you the warning of the rip. This isn't going to be a funny show. It might not even be a long show. Literally 10 minutes ago, I was debating on if I should even do a show. But I figured, fuck it. I'll do a show. I'm not expecting a lot of viewers with this show. I mean, it's kind of the same shit, you know? America's doomed. The American dream is over. Our president today had multiple gaffes that the White House had to run and correct, essentially wanting to start World War III. That's how I felt, at least. I'm going to play some video of our president and his gaffes. But he said some truth, too, the other day about food shortages and all that other shit. But he blamed Russia again. Russia. Let's hear one of his gaffes.
For God's sake. God bless you all, and may God, for God's sake.
For God's sake, Putin can't remain in power. There's no fucking way a country larger than America is going to fucking take him out. There's no fucking way. Wishful thinking, right? I thought the Ukrainians were putting the Mac down on Russia. I guess not. Because for God's sake, Putin can't stay in power. On the screen, you got another Joe Biden gaffe. Tells U.S. troops they'll be in Ukraine in war. This is a man who's poking the bear. I'm tired of people giving Joe Biden the excuse he's old. This motherfucker has been in politics for what, 40, 50 years? Trade-wise, he has mastered the trade of politics. He's the president of the United States. He's not saying anything he doesn't mean. He's telling you guys the fucking truth on what he feels. Now, his handlers out there are putting the muzzle on him. This is why the White House ran to correct him. They're putting the muzzle on him because that's not what they want. They don't want World War III. They want us to be terrified, of course. And when I say us, I mean the population, the citizens. Not just in America, but around the world. But let's hear his gaffe so you guys can kind of know what I'm talking about. Oh, this is in the New York Post, which, by the way, wasn't they suspended on Twitter about a year ago over this Hunter Biden laptop? Anyway, let's listen to Joe Biden's gaffe.
Citizen, look at how they're stepping up. Look at how they're stepping up. And you're going to see when you're there, some of you have been there, you're going to see women, young people standing in the middle in front of a damn tank, just saying, I'm not leaving. I'm holding my ground. They're incredible. Also, the average.
I think you guys get the fucking picture. Oh, what's up, Kirk? Kirk, how you doing, buddy? Sup, my black brother? Hey, Kirk. Kyle, I'm getting some new ink, but best believe I'm tuned in. Should have grabbed my headphones for this. Jensen's waving hi. Taylor said, what's up, bro? I miss you guys. But again, Joe Biden isn't saying anything he doesn't mean. Joe Biden has always been pro-war. He's that era of American dominance around the globe. That's not what the elites want. The elites want a multi-reserve currency, a one-for-one currency. I've already explained this. Right now, America's dollar, what does it take? Like 100-something fucking rubles for one American dollar? That will soon change. This is why Putin's putting his Mac down. in order to do business with him, with countries he doesn't like or doesn't like him, you will buy oil in the ruble. I told you guys these sanctions mean nothing to Putin. I told you, I broke it down with the BRICS nations, how Putin and China have been not using the dollar really for about 10 fucking years. These sanctions mean nothing. Let's listen to Joe Biden talk about the ruble.
We've aimed at the heart of Russia's economy by stopping the imports of Russian energy to the United States. To date, the United States has sanctioned 140 Russian oligarchs and their family members, seizing their ill-begotten gains, their yachts, their luxury apartments, their mansions. We've sanctioned more than 400 Russian government officials, including key architects of this war. These officials and oligarchs have reaped enormous benefit from the corruption connected to the Kremlin. And now,
let me pause it real quick before I finish it. Can't you see that he has trouble with anything corruption? When he mentions corruption, his voice, his tone, his whole appearance changes. Maybe it's because he might be corrupt himself. Or maybe the corruption is close at home. Close to home, I should say.
Now they have to share in the pain. The private sector is acting as well. Over 400 private multinational companies have pulled out of doing business in Russia, left Russia completely, from oil companies to McDonald's. As a result of these unprecedented sanctions, the ruble almost is immediately reduced to rubble. The Russian economy, that's true, by the way.
Whenever someone has to give you reassurance that what they're saying is true, they say shit like that. In the urban community, they'll be like, you feel me? In politics, it's true, by the way. He's a natural born liar. Like I said, he's mastered his craft. He's mastered this thing of politics. And many of you are giving him the excuse that he's old, senile.
With regard to food shortage.
No. That was a script that he read off of. Because it's true, by the way. Putin literally just said everything's going to plan with this Ukraine invasion. From day one, he talked about not trying to take over Ukraine. He's trying to Nazify Ukraine. Whatever the fuck that means. So don't let this media lie to you. My last episode was about that. The lies with the media and the politicians. Don't let these fucknuts lie to you and just chalk it up to he's old. He's senile. He's not there. You got Republicans spewing that bullshit. Birds of a feather flock together. Remember that. Neither one of these fucking Democrats or Republican parties give a fuck about the people that elected them. And that's not just here in America. That's around the fucking globe. Democracies are making communism look like a good thing. And I hate to say that. I live in America. I fucking love America. But the obvious corruption, the obvious insider trading with stocks, the obvious holding people down by their necks in democracies, it's disheartening. Makes you want to spit the real, like I'm doing right now. This video, Biden expects real shortages due to Ukraine war. See, it's always Russia. Russia. Always with this man. This man politicked against Donald Trump. Russia. If I was commander-in-chief, I would make Russia do this, and that. It's a lie. He's a master of his craft. I can't be mad at that. I respect it. What I am mad about are the people who can't see the bullshit. Are the people who turn the other cheek, who turn the other way, or give him fucking excuses as he's old. I hate that bullshit. Is he crazy? Yes, they all are. Donald Trump himself is crazy. You have to be. Politics is one of the dirtiest businesses. Got to be crazy to enter that realm. But you got to be hella fucking insane to survive it for 50, 60 fucking years. And Joe Biden has done that. As much as you hate him, or as much as you love him. That's who he is. Let's listen to Joe Biden talk about how real food shortages are due to Russia and the Ukraine war. Let's listen to his political lie.
Yes, we did talk about food shortages. And it's going to be real. The price of these sanctions is not just imposed upon Russia. It's imposed upon an awful lot of countries as well, including European countries and our country as well. And because both Russia and Ukraine have been the breadbasket of Europe in terms of wheat, for example, just to give you one example. But we had a long discussion in the G7 with both the United States, which is a significant, the third largest producer of wheat in the world, as well as Canada, which is also a major producer. And we both talked about how we could increase and disseminate more rapidly food shortages. And in addition to that, we talked about urging all the European countries.
You know what? This is what it is. When Joe Biden starts that stuttering shit, I don't give a fuck about his disability. It's not a disability. When he wants to make something clear, he speaks clear. When he starts that stuttering shit or that change in his whole tone, he's lying. He's lying. I'm sorry I have to tell you that. He's fucking lying when he does that. You see, the difference between him and Donald Trump is Donald Trump, even with lying, even when he was lying, he was telling the truth. Because he would change a lie to fit his truth, if that makes sense. With Joe Biden, it's just a flat out lie. Now with Barack was a goddamn smooth talking OG. Obama would fucking talk a cat off the back of a fish truck. So you got your different types of liars, but they all have the same goal. Republican, Democrat, it doesn't fucking matter in today's age. They all have the same goal. So when he's talking about food shortages due to Ukraine and due to this and due to that, this shit has been happening for almost a year. Honestly, probably 2 years since the COVID or the C-19, because, you know, every time I fucking talk COVID, my channel gets a strike. Fuck it, I don't give a fuck tonight. The COVID. Ever since then, there has been a shortage in everything. And then you add inflation to that. You know, I just literally went to the store today, spent $100 and something on maybe fucking 10 items. It's ridiculous out here. They don't talk about all that. And when they do, they blame Russia. Russia. It's a fact. It's just a fact. I'm not lying. As Joe Biden says, that's the truth. When this loads up, I'll play the video.
Inside your local grocery.
I'm going to play you a video from 2 months ago. I didn't even go deep dig deep years ago from when the COVID hit. I just went 2 months ago. You see, this Ukraine war has only been about a month long. So I just wanted to get the edge so you could see that this isn't because of the goddamn Ukraine war or Russia or whoever the fuck you might blame. No, this is because the destruction from within in our own government. This is what it is. The destruction from within the United States government. It's caused this. Since Reagan. Since Nixon. since JFK, since all these fuckers, dude. I'll be honest with you. I'm getting so goddamn anti-government. I don't know what I should do in my life. I see evil in all of them. Now, I like Trump. Don't get me fucking wrong. I voted for him twice. But I see evil in all of them. An agenda in all of them. So let's listen. We're going to just listen to a little bit so you can understand that this isn't just from Russia.
Store recently for grocery shop. Probably noticed there are many more empty shelves and a shortage of some items.
WPTV News Channel 5's Ryan Hughes. He's in St. Lucie County this evening, digging into just what's causing all of this on top of an already strained supply chain.
Yeah, once a day I go.
Loading her trunk full of groceries is a daily chore for Nancy McGuire. But recently,
Things are getting scarce around here.
she's been unable to find certain items on her shopping list
Months
inside her
ago.
local grocery
2
stores
months
and
ago,
big
remember
box
this.
stores in Port St. Lucie.
The shelves are starting to get a little empty. They limit the amount of stuff that you can buy.
On store shelves, there is now a small selection of some dairy products like half and half. Frozen potatoes and French fries are hard to come by, and many shelves are empty on the cereal aisle.
The ketchup, the mustard, different sizes, they were out of that as well.
The shortages are widespread, and these are the images shoppers are seeing all across the country.
Typical out of stocks will run around 7 to 10% in normal times. What we're seeing now for food products specifically is about 15%.
Katie Dennis is with Consumer Brands Association. She says right now, demand for goods is at the same level we saw at the very beginning of the pandemic, and shortages have grown worse with the highly contagious Omicron variant.
There's far too many people out, and the ability to get
Did you catch that? See, 2 months ago was Omicron. You see, when that shit started dying down, when all these countries and states said, fuck that, scrap all those restrictions. Fauci's a liar, blah. When they all started doing that, they had to go to a whole new narrative. Both narratives suck for the citizens. Doesn't matter what narrative it is. The Omicron Democratic narrative, the goddamn war. Democratic narrative. I don't know where that was going. But still, it's a narrative nonetheless. But that's what I mean. This is what I mean. Political theater. They don't care about the lives of the citizen. I'm going to be honest with you. I watched a couple weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago, that new Batman movie. And the Joker's character reminds me of just in today's time. Like that's what made that movie really good. It was in today's time. It wasn't no shit from yesteryear. I can see that shit happening. I'm not going to spoil the movie, but I can see that shit happening in today's time, today's day and time. I can see it. Especially when you have obvious corruption. The criminal aspect of today's politicians is just outlandish. Outlandish. We got sitting politicians sitting on senates, taking Senate seats, House seats, the presidency. We have their children in Ukraine making millions, if not billions of dollars. And this is a fact. I'm not telling you a fucking story here. This is a fact. Nancy Pelosi's son, who was convicted on a crime, by the way, which the news didn't fucking put out there. Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, who's barely hitting the goddamn news, probably to get convicted one day on something. You got John Kerry's son over there. You got politician sons over there in Ukraine cashing out. Where's the conflict of interest in that? But you bet not dare apply to work at, let's say a prison, and your father's incarcerated from their bullshit laws because you won't get hired. Or they'll do something to your father so they can hire you. Move him to one of the worst prisons in the state. I'm just giving you an example here on how your life means nothing to them, to the elite. to the politicians, to the career criminals. I'm just giving you examples. Russia, Russia, Russia. Russia, Russia, Russia. This is what it's about with these fucking guys. They don't want you knowing their dirt. See, look shit up, man. There's probably millions of people just like me. You know, we got our voices silenced. I got 2 strikes on YouTube. 1 more strike, my page is gone. Gone.
Thank you, Jen.
That's how it is for free thinking individuals. Because you know what? In a democracy in 2022, they don't allow free thinkers. You know, to them, you're spewing hate, division, when them themselves are creating the hate and division. See, what we are trying to do is bring unity. Unity for all, not just for one side. And in order to bring that unity, you have to expose the corruption that you feel is corruption. Now, it's their job to show you, because they work for us. When I say they, the politicians, it's their job to show you that they're not corrupt. When's the last time your local politician has shown you that they're not corrupt? Besides arguing back and forth with each other, the corrupt arguing with the corrupt, to talk about which one's more corrupt. That's why I love that this reporter for Fox News had the balls to ask Paskey or Saki, whatever the fuck her name is. She's a horrible press secretary. Are you guys going to just start blaming Putin for everything? This was 2 months ago. Actually, weeks ago. He's seen this coming. I mean, I've seen this during the campaign trail, but he's seen this coming since this man has been president. So let's hear what he has to say.
I heard you say again that you think inflation is going to be temporary. We've heard you say that it was going to be temporary since last spring. So how long do you guys think temporary is?
Well, again, Peter, I think what we do is we rely on the assessments of the Federal Reserve and of outside economic analysts who give an assessment of how long it will last. The expectations and their assessment at this point continues to be that it will moderate by the end of the year. There's also no question that when a foreign dictator invades a foreign country, and when that foreign dictator is the head of a country that is the 3rd largest supplier of oil in the world, that is going to have an impact, and it is.
And so to that point, inflation goes up today. The president's statement blames the Putin price hike. Are you guys just going to start blaming Putin for everything until the midterms?
Well, we've seen the price of gas go up at least 75 cents since President Putin lined up troops on the border of Ukraine.
And last month, the statement didn't mention the Putin price hike. It mentioned inflation because of the pandemic. Why is that?
Well, Peter, last 2 years, there was a global pandemic. Everyone who's global economists have all agreed that that has been the biggest contributor.
Everyone who's corrupt agreed that that was the narrative. It's simple to see. It's easy to see. Just gotta open up your fucking eyes. This man put her ass on blast. She had no rebuttal. Well, Peter. See, when a motherfucker calls you by the first name, they're making it personal. This is where we're at in 2022. Mean tweets, douchebagness, rudeness inspired this. Think about it. The main reason people voted for Biden that I got, because it just wasn't Trump. They would have voted for a dead corpse, a giraffe, a monkey fucking them in the ass. They would have voted for because it just wasn't Trump. Right? Am I lying here? Am I just making shit up? See, that way of thinking, God is here. That's what God is here. So you got what you voted for, just like Kamala Harris said. She wasn't wrong. It's kind of fucked up. She puts it out there like that, but I love it. I love a straight shooter. I loved Kamala Harris saying that. Spit in my mouth and let me swallow it in peace. Don't bullshit me. But that being said, Miami Standard reports 100 plus nations have global agreement now being deployed called Project Sandman to drop and end dominance of the US dollar and petrodollar. When was this published? Oh, 1 week ago, March 17th. Just to let you know that I get it. I get it. I'm here, I'm there, I'm every goddamn where. But one thing I have been pointing out to everyone who listens to me, I've been pointing out that we're getting fucked. From Trump to here. There's a fucking going on. You have to understand the importance that if Russia and China and Bolivia and Argentina and Brazil and India and Iran and all these fucking nations, if their dollar is 1-for-1 with America, they become richer, we become poor by a lot. This is how far advanced America is with this petrodollar. If everything is a 1-for-1, 1 ruble equals $1, we're fucked. That's why I keep warning you guys and gals. But you understand, I'm not an old white man, so you don't listen to me. I'm not a rich black man, so you don't listen to me. If Howard Stern told you that this was happening, all you would have been buying canned goods and, you know, all the meats and all that shit from the store. You'd have been gearing up for this. You'd have been buying the gold. You would have been buying the silver, the crypto, all that good shit. If Howard Stern told you this. Or what about Jamie Foxx? Ricky Smiley? For my down south black people. If Ricky fucking Smiley told you this, you would be prepared. You see, they're prepared. Most of their multi-million-dollar homes come with multi-million-dollar generators, come with multi-million-dollar storage units for food. You see, I just watched a video, or actually it was on social media about Khloe Kardashian. It was like her pantry. Her pantry was just like, it was like Walmart. But that told me that they're prepared. This is what she's showing us. This is what they are showing us. They're prepared. They're so fucking prepared that their fucking pantries look like Walmart. How's your fridge look? Do you have a pantry? Are you ready in any form or fashion? Have you tried to get you and your family ready for this? I'll bet my left fucking nut that you haven't. Because this is how it is. We're stuck holding a goddamn bag. And that bag is full of shit. It's always been like that. Project Sandman describes a 100 plus nation agreement that, when triggered, will see those nations simultaneously dump the dollar and abandon the petrodollar status that has allowed the USA to enjoy 50 years of fiat currency counterfeiting and material abundance at the expense of everyone else. You see, the fucking party is over in America. I've been telling you this for about 2 years now. I know I'm on episode 98, but damn it, before I was numbering these episodes, I was telling you. The gig is up. The gig is up. If you haven't been buying silver, gold, crypto, the gig is up. There's still a chance, but I guarantee you're just going to fucking jerk your dicks off, play with your twats, and forget everything I'm saying. I get it. I understand. Just do not fuck around with the wrong one in trying times. Just don't. That's all I'm going to warn. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Yeah, Maggie. I'm feeling pissed off about this because, you know, the disrespect that content creators like me get every fucking day. If you guys understood, my fucking page should have been canceled, should have been shut down. I won 2 fucking appeals already. 2 fucking appeals. I'm still restricted on Facebook. It's been 3 fucking months. Just for spewing the shit they write. Not the shit I'm making up, the shit they write. My dream, my future in this content creating is jeopardized to try to spew the truth to you. And no one listens. And when they do, it's too late. I'll get that once in a while inbox. Bro, you was right. Bro, what you buying? No, motherfucker, what I bought is none of your concern. Bloomberg, they're telling us the U.S. dollar's dominance is completely rooted. Is that just like a elite title right there? The IMF, we'll get to what the IMF says. Look at that. And of the US dollar. This was fucking what, 10 years ago? They've been warning us for a while. I've only been content creating for 2 fucking years, but I can tell you, if I've been content creating for 10 fucking years, you'd have been known. You'd have been known if you listened. Let's get to what the IMF has to say, because the IMF is really the most important part of this. International Monetary Fund. March 24th, 2 days ago. Look at that. You see that? That title right there? The stealth erosion of the dollar dominance. Active. Diversifies. And the rise of a non-traditional reserve currencies. Huh. So maybe you could take this a little bit fucking serious. We document a decline in the dollar share of international reserves since the turn of the century. Let me see if I can bump this up. There we go. Since the turn of the century, the decline reflects active portfolio diversification by central bank reserve managers. It is not a byproduct of changes in exchange rates and interest rates, or reserve accumulation by a small handful of central banks with large and distinctive balance sheets, or of changes in coverage of surveys of reserve composition. They're just telling us it's over. It's over. This is where you can find it. Do your research on this. Educate your friends, your families. Spread the fucking word. Prepare yourself. The longest currency, or the longest running currency that has true worth, or currencies, I could say, is natural resources. Natural minerals. I get it. Crypto's a new technology. You can be hesitant in getting in there, but you have silver, you have gold, you have copper, you have all kind of shit. Platinum, uranium, all that shit. Fuck ETFs. Get the real fucking deal. You become a bank. You make the rules. How about you do that? It's frustrating. People don't understand in America. This shit's going to end ugly. But it ain't going to last that long. It's going to hurt. On the screen is Putin saying, "Hey, suck my dick." That's how I felt when I watched this. Let's listen to what Putin has to say.
We'll transition to charging supplies for natural gas and other raw materials in Russian rubles when dealing with unfriendly countries. Russia, of course, will continue supplying natural gas and will respect all the obligations and the pricing under the contracts that we have signed. Unlike some of our colleagues, we treasure our reputation as a reliable supplier and a reliable partner. This only concerns the currency in which we will transact these payments. We will transition to rubles. We will transition to
The ruble. I told you the sanctions meant shit. I told you. I explained to you. Previous episodes. Go back. Just go back to last week. Russia's in full control of this Ukraine shit. Do not let the media get you thinking otherwise. This Ukrainian president running around demanding America give him things. That's out of fear. That ain't out of fucking true leadership. You see, Russia, China, this partnership, this is a big fucking deal, and it's not being talked about. This BRICS nation shit is this is a big fucking deal, man. I get it. Every episode, I seem to mention BRICS. I think just like 2-3 weeks ago, I named my episode BRICS. But that's because the significance of this is a big fucking deal. It's changing the world. These new alliances are changing the world. Think about it. America the mighty. The old world America is fallen to the brave new world of BRICS. Think about it. Think what's happening. These nations aren't sanctioning Russia nor China. China's enabling actually, because they can't allow Russia to do shit because Russia's military would fuck China's up. But they're enabling Russia to do this. There's reasons to me. Will the ruble make it? Will the rupee make it? Makes you think. It fucking makes you think. Let's listen to a little bit of this Fox. China has decided they're going all in on Russia. This was, when was this uploaded? I think a couple days ago, like yesterday or something like that. 5 days ago.
Vice Foreign Minister Li Yusheng is blaming NATO for the war in Ukraine, calling it, quote, a Cold War vestige. The Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi added that China is on the right side of history over the crisis, quote, as time will tell. KT McFarlane joins me now. KT, how strong is the China?
As time will tell, they are on the right side of history. But what did I just say like 2 minutes ago? The old world, America, Babylon itself has fallen to the brave new world, the mighty BRICS nations. NATO, the old world, has fallen to the mighty BRICS nations. These will be storylines. When China officials are saying that they are on the right side of history, this is the script. We've allowed them to be on the right side of history. This is why America digitally is so far behind. It's not because we're not smart or intelligent. Most of the crypto spaces from America, It's just we've allowed these nations to get in front of us because each empire has, 200 years to reign. We're well over that. We've had our glory. We've had our time to shine. It's China's turn. And we're going to help China do it, just like Britain helped us do it, just like France helped Britain do it. This is how it is. This is why Joe Biden, and I showed it last episode, why he talked about a new world order happens every 3 or 4 decades. I'm telling you this. It's scripted. This is all scripted. This is how these elites work.
Donald Trump may have wanted to co-opt Russia for
Russia, China dumped the dollar a couple days ago.
containing China, but the continued sanctions on Russia have only pushed it closer to China. And in a double blow for Washington, its trade war with Beijing has further brought Russia and China closer as they seek to forge deeper economic ties. Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping met in Moscow to decide,
Oh, this was actually under Trump. This one right here.
among other things, how to defang America's chosen weapon, the dollar. Looks like they're dumping it. Here's a report.
Looks like they're dumping it. The dollar. Huh. See, now things are coming out. Bet your ass when this fully comes out that America has fallen, it will be too late. You bet your pretty ass. Many people will hurt. Yuan versus the dollar. Is Saudi Arabia considering the yuan for oil sales in China? Remember what Russia is doing. Now you got Saudi Arabia? It's crazy. Kind of sounds like that whole Sandman project, huh? How countries are just dropping the dollar. Left and right, left and right.
Deal between Saudi Arabia and China put a dent on the US dollar's global dominance. China is reportedly talking to Saudi Arabia about purchasing oil using yuan as payment, according to a report by the Wall Street Journal. Finance experts see the move as a strike at the US dollar's global dominance, and industry experts say the world's top crude oil exporter may be shifting towards Asia. It comes as ties between the kingdom and the US have soured over the US's
What up, Woods?
lack of support of the Saudi intervention in the Yemen civil war. China buys over a quarter of the oil that Saudi Arabia exports, and China's currency standing may increase if sales are made in yuan. When denominated, future contracts are also being considered by the Saudis. The Saudi-China talks over oil purchases in yuan have been in the works for some 6 years on and off, and its acceleration
6 years on and off. Like I just said, when the announcement is made that the United States dominance is over, it will be too late for the average person to solidify themselves in the new world. They will be starting over with that new world. I told you this was terrifying weeks ago, years ago. I've been reporting on and off about this shit. This shit's happening. You can turn a fucking blind eye you want. This is happening. The mighty BRICS nation, huh? How many people use those stimulus checks to buy Jordans? To buy weed, not drugs, getting fucked up, getting drunk, huh? When you could have been buying silver at historic lows. When you could have been buying gold at lows. Anything to prepare yourself. But no. No. You chose to look fly. And I call that nigga shit. I'm sorry. It's that black shit. Saudi Arabia attacked. Don't you find that funny? As soon as Saudi Arabia says, hey, we're thinking about not using the US dollar as a currency, they're attacked. Gaddafi, does that ring a bell? Didn't he do that? And America got his own people to kill him. Makes you think, huh? Makes you think.
Fires burned through the night following an attack on Saudi Aramco oil refineries and storage facilities. It's the second attack in as many days on a major complex on the outskirts of Jeddah. By daybreak on Saturday, with plumes of smoke still billowing above the city, the Saudi-led coalition had launched retaliatory strikes across the border into Yemen. The coalition says the Iran-backed rebels struck Jeddah and another facility in Jazan.
Iran-backed rebels, huh? Didn't the rebels just get their fucking country taken by the Taliban? And they're worried about goddamn Saudi Arabia oil? Make it make sense. Make it make sense to me. But again, you have nations making alliances.
Now, Syrian President Bashar al-
The Middle East, they're making an alliance. The Middle East has a lot of natural resources. Like I said, when you find out that this dream is over, it's going to be too late.
al-Assad is in the UAE on his first visit to an Arab nation since the Syrian civil war 11 years ago. On day one of his visit, Assad met with UAE's Crown Prince Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, and according to UAE state media, the two leaders discussed fraternal relations between both the sides and also discussed efforts to contribute to the consolidation of security, stability, and peace in the Arab region and the Middle East.
Boom. To continue the peace in the Middle East, to bring riches. They know what's about to happen. Their currency will be 1-for-1 with the US dollar. There's going to be a lot of fucking money to be spent there. The US, Canada, we're going to fall. We're going to plummet. You see, this is why we need independence from the world and what they have, their resources, their food, their grains. But this is why we're going to sink, because we have an administration who's acting old and senile and dumb when they're not. They're acting as if the world still is scared of us. Or they still, like the world still cares about us. They don't. So while we're going to Russia, still buying their oil, going to Venezuela, and asking them for oil, Iran and asking them for oil, while we're going to other nations for product, those nations are building their infrastructure. You see what I'm saying? That this destruction of America is happening within. It's nothing me or you did. It's everything that the government did. Everything. And it's all on purpose. There's no fucking way that someone who's been in politics 40, 50 years has no fucking clue what they're doing. But it does feel like he's putting on the acceleration with the destruction of America. That's what it feels like. Is it because the Hunter Biden laptop? Many people, what's Wood say? Biden trying to get Vladimir taken out with his speech today. Yes. Yes. Just like Omar Gaddafi. When motherfuckers stop using that American dollar, it's the problem. But he doesn't want to do it. See, Biden doesn't want to do it. He wants the people of Russia to do it. Terrible mistake. It's a terrible mistake by our commander-in-chief. Hunter Biden helped secure funds for U.S. biolab. Via emails, huh? That laptop is sure coming back to haunt him. That laptop that Twitter, Facebook, YouTube said that didn't exist. That laptop. I'm going to play a video. I don't know if this is it. I think this is it. No, not this one. I want to play this one right here.
Yeah, here we go. Show me the money. Are the Bidens still getting paid by these foreign governments? They got money from China, Russia, and Ukraine. I'm trying to figure this out. And joining me now is the top of the line. Doesn't get any better than Peter Schweitzer, president of the Government Accountability Institute and author of Red Handed: How American Elites Get Rich Helping China Win. Peter, welcome back. As always, my friend. So let me ask a couple questions. I mean, Hunter Biden's interesting to me, but Joe Biden is more interesting to me for obvious reasons. Now, he was vice president. Let's get to lay this out. 2009 to January 2017. They made money. They had cash flows. They made money from Russian deals, Chinese deals, Ukraine deals. Is there any way to figure out what he got? I know it was commingled. His money was commingled with his son Hunter's money. And you had this chap, what was it, Tony Bobulinski, who said, you know, was saved 10% for the big guy, quote unquote. So, Peter, is there any way to figure out how much Joe Biden got during that period when he was vice president?
Well, there isn't, Larry, without subpoena power, with actually looking at banking records. But you're quite right. I mean, the Hunter Biden laptop shows that Joe and Hunter had joint bank accounts in some cases. They had intermingled finances. We know that Hunter was paying his dad's bills, monthly bills, and also special bills like renovations on his home. And we also know that some money that Hunter Biden collected from China, at least $2 million, went to James Biden, Joe Biden's brother, and there may be money that went from James Biden to Joe Biden as well. So short of subpoena power and ability to look at financial records, we don't know. But we do know the Biden family itself received some $31 million from China.
Do we have corruption at the top of the food chain? I've already told you. I broke this shit down at the beginning of the show. But my issue with this is the biolab that Russia is saying that Hunter Biden was involved in. Right now, Russia is presenting evidence to the United Nations that America and NATO powers were building bioweapons in Ukraine. And that's one of the reasons why they invaded. And now they're on record saying that the sitting president of the United States, his son, was helping fund these biolabs. Does Russia know something we don't? Does Russia have receipts of the Biden family corruption? Has China told Russia everything about the Biden family? Watch this video. Educate yourselves.
Поступающие материалы позволяют проследить схему взаимодействия органов США с украинскими биообъектами. Обращают на себя внимание причастность к финансированию указанной деятельности структур, близких к нынешнему руководству США. В частности, инвестиционного фонда Росмонсанека, который руководит Хантер Байден. Вся эта деятельность осуществляется под полным контролем Пентагона.
They are alluding to, accusing a sitting president's son with creating biochemical weapons. And dare I say, of mass destruction. 2022. You have a president's son allegedly involved in war crimes, global crimes. Fox News Waters says hearing Hunter Biden will be indicted. Predicts presidential pardon and no Biden 2024 bid. I don't want to play the video, so I'm just going to read it. Friday, yesterday, by the way, Fox News host Jesse Waters told his viewers he heard Hunter Biden, son of President Joe Biden, would be indicted. In addition to that, Waters speculated that the president would pardon his son and announce he would not seek re-election 2024. We all see that Emperor Joe Biden has no clothes. Joe Biden isn't perfect. Joe Biden is not making anybody happy. He is not delivering for Republicans or Democrats or anybody. And his polling numbers are terrible. And Democrats are about to get wiped out. And America knows it. So does the media. But the media has too much pride to admit they were wrong. So they cover up continues. We were told this week his approval rating slipped to 34%. He is losing blacks, whites, Latinos. Primetime is hearing that Hunter will be indicted. Biden will probably pardon this and announce he is not running for re-election. So who else is there to carry the torch? Could it be Kamala? That's what he's quoted as saying. A sitting president's son might be indicted. This last video I thought was weird.
Together.
This is turning off the lights for Earth Hour tonight. Let's play it. See what they say.
Earth Hour is all about bringing people together. Right now, we're a critical time in history. I mean, with everything that's going on right now, this is an opportunity for us to bring everyone together to join us in a moment of reflection of our relationship and with each other. Right now, the planet is in peril. One of the big things that we're trying to do with Earth Hour is give people the opportunity to take some personal actions that are going to help improve our planet. Earth Hour has been around for 16 years. It started back in 2007 in Sydney when they darkened the lights to the Sydney Opera House. And from there, it's grown. I mean, it's brought attention to big issues like climate change, and it's also bringing attention to big issues that are important, like the loss of nature. And this year for Earth Hour, we're taking our time and working with a lot of different folks to help raise that awareness. We're hoping to see folks in 190 different countries take part tonight and really take a moment and reflect for our planet. Looking at the biggest thing that Earth Hour has been for a lot of folks is getting that visual opportunity to see lights go dark. And tonight we're going to see places like the Empire State Building, Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio, as well as Brandenburg Gate in Berlin, and even the Vegas Strip. They'll switch off in order to raise awareness about the health of our planet. Earth Hour is about the power of the crowd. When we have millions of people taking small actions, we can see some large-scale change. And that's what we're hoping to drive this year.
I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't turning my lights off for no fucking government officials. Fuck that. I don't care about Earth Day. I don't care about any of that. I'm here to see all the fuckery that they have to show. With that being said, thank you for tuning in to TaijhTV. I will catch you next Tuesday. If you hung through this, like many of you did, I thank you. Good night and peace out.